his total QBR ranks 27th among all quarterbacks, and his 7 interceptions already, the most in a season since 2016. The 5 straight losses are tied for the longest streak of his career. Okay, I'm starting with you, Bart Scott.
Yeah.
Do you think the Packers should consider trading Aaron Rodgers?
I think it should be a strong consideration, right? You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. If he continues to play like this and this team continues to struggle, you're going to continue to to become that villain. You know, he's $50 million. He took a lot of cheese off the taco. He took a lot of money away from the organization. But if you see what's happening in Seattle right now, that's just a glimpse of what can happen. I would say this is equivalent to maybe the Rudy Gobert trade. If what you can get for Rudy Gobert in this scenario is Russell Wilson, what can you get if you give away a 2-time MVP? That's like trading Kevin Durant. You look at what Seattle was able to get back in return. They got Charles Cross, they got Kenneth Walker, Amafe, they got Tariq Woolen, they got Kobe Bryant. And in recent history, in the past, we saw what Herschel Walker, before he was into politics, he was a great football player that got traded to Minnesota for almost the foundation of Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, and also Troy Aikman. So I think it's time to consider, being able to maybe move on from Aaron Rodgers to see what they have, to see if he could be the catalyst. And you have to go to Aaron Rodgers because, of course, next year if they trade him, he's $91 million of dead cap space. So you got to get another team to take some of that dead cap space. But look what you can build on. If you can get that for Russell Wilson, what can you get for Aaron for a team that's primed and ready maybe to win a championship? I think you have to take a huge consideration because where are the Green Bay Packers going in the near future? I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders with Aaron Rodgers, and without him, I think they can build a foundation for the future.
I think you need to be drug tested.
Am I?
There's no way in hell I'm trading Aaron Rodgers.
Why not?
This is football.
What are you winning with him?
This is football. Wait a minute now. This is football. This is unquestionably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League, who still has a lot left. These guys are dropping passes. There's lack of chemistry in terms of route running and things of that nature. All of that stuff you watch. I know this, Bart, because you're one of the people who told me. So don't act like you don't know. You one of the people.
Don't be using my own words against me.
That's what I'm saying.
How dare you?
The point that I'm trying to make to you is that you don't look at Aaron Rodgers and say he don't have it no more.
Of course.
Okay, all right then. So again, this is football. And you know how many teams are starving for a quarterback? You know how many teams have a whole bunch of other stuff in place, but because they're devoid of a quarterback, they're average, if not less. There is no way in hell in football you give up a dude with years left in the tank who can play at an elite level. Regardless, I think that Aaron Rodgers has at least 4 years
He might want to go do Jeopardy next year.
Well, then let that happen.
But Stephen, it could be advantageous for him. Maybe he doesn't want to be there anymore. He doesn't feel like he has help.
Well, the man just signed a contract.
Okay, but he didn't know this. Did anyone know this year was going to be this bad?
So did Russell Wilson.
Wins on the season.
His fault. And by the way, the hell with what he wants. I got you under contract. That's like saying to Brooklyn,
KD?
Go to trade Key because KD
They're thinking about it now, ain't they?
No, they're not.
Now they see how the season going.
No. Oh, no.
Not
they are
KD.
not thinking about trading KD. That is not true. I don't know who the hell told you that. That is false. They ain't trying to let go of KD. Now you want KD to stay.
Alternative facts.
Now listen. Now if
that the word on the street in Jersey?
If you KD and you ready to raise holy hell, that would be different.
Right.
But if that man wants to stay, they want to keep him. You can have a franchise around Kevin Durant. This brother's lethal. In the case of Aaron Rodgers, that is the case as well. The problem is he can't catch passes for the people he's throwing the damn football to. Well, guess what? You Matt LaFleur and you are Gutekunst and these dudes. Fix it. Make sure that you get the requisite talent around him on the offensive side of the ball, and you won't have these problems. But that ain't moving him.
Sure, just go ahead and find him. Where you get him from?
Once again, what did I say I blamed Aaron Rodgers for? I blamed him for letting Devontae Adams go. Because Devontae, listen, Dillon and Jones can run the football. You ain't got a problem with the running game. You had injuries on your offensive line. It's not a lack of ability. You got injuries on the offensive line. So your offensive line will be better. Your running game will still be intact. I got to find me a couple of receivers that won't drop the damn ball.
Yeah, they're just growing trees. They're everywhere.
Hold on. I don't see a bunch of people dropping passes.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is you can find dudes that catch passes. If the man put it in your hands, catch the damn ball. You're a professional football player.
Great receivers just don't grow on trees.
I didn't say great. I understand you don't find a Devontae Adams or DeAndre Hopkins everywhere. But I'm talking about cats that got the ball placed in their hands and they're dropping it. What did Al Pacino say? The 6 inches in front of your face. I mean, what are you doing? The ball is right here. Catch it. That's your job.
Okay, so tell me this. Devontae Adams is a bad man, right?
He's a bad brother.
Arguably the best in the game right now.
He's a bad brother.
Where did they go with him last year?
Time out.
No, don't time out. Where did they go? Where did they go? If they got bounced.
Time out.
Where did they go with them?
They won 13 games into the last preseason.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. That's what we're talking.
No. We're talking about
we're in the regular season right here. We're in the regular season right here. And that's what we're talking about. They won 13 games each of the last preseason.
How'd they do against the Niners?
They lost to the Giants. They lost to the Niners in the postseason.
Yeah.
I get that. My point to you is this. How does Devontae Adams look in Las Vegas right now? Because it ain't Aaron Rodgers throwing him the football.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is if we look at what happened in Seattle just this year, Russell Wilson, before this season started, we'd have had him as a Hall of Famer, not maybe a bad man, but still a good man.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. Pete Carroll, clearly Russell Wilson is a system quarterback. That ain't Aaron Rodgers now. Are you implying that if Aaron Rodgers had were to go somewhere else, that he would look worse, that Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy before him is what was saving him? Is that what you said? Aaron Rodgers has carried the Green Bay Packers franchise on his back for the better part of the last decade and a half. Pete Carroll is making the argument that Russell Wilson is a product of this system, that this system works, and Geno Smith is showing it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.